Hello lovely people, it's Cara here and I am so mad. So welcome back to another week. How have you been? I hope you're keeping well. Gosh, do you know what? It's mid-June. I can't believe it. Where has this year gone? It's just disappeared. We've had a lovely couple of weeks. We had a lovely long bank holiday weekend, and yeah, which is really unusual. Thursday, Friday as bank holidays, which meant most businesses were not open. We were all celebrating the Queen's Jubilee and all that sort of stuff, so it was lovely. And I tell you what, never was I more grateful to be out of retail, because that's the thing about a bank holiday. May well be all lovely for those in offices and who generally traditionally work a 9 to 5. I mean, is there such a thing? But there is. And of course, if you work in retail or you're in a shop or work for Tesco's or something, yeah, no, you're doomed. You still have to work, and it's considered a normal day, and you don't get any extra money for it these days. So I'm very glad to be out of that environment, yeah, I was able to have a long weekend. In fact, I had the whole week off, and in my whole week off, I did an enormous amount of sewing. You'll have seen from my Instagram. If you haven't, please do follow me over there. I'd love to hear from you. I'll pop the details on the screen here. I share sometimes a bit more regularly. I do share more regularly what I'm wearing and that sort of thing, and sort of thoughts and bits and pieces about my life. So what have I got to talk to you through today? So I'm just going to show you a couple of pieces today actually. So this week and in a couple of weeks time, just a couple of updates on what I've been wearing. So it's a little bit shorter videos from me, but I also need to say thank you for all the lovely feedback on my Tele Jupe collection, on my little fabric haul that I had, on my French capsule wardrobe. Now if you're wondering what I'm talking about, please check out my feed over on YouTube, where I've got all those most recent videos going on. Don't forget to give me a like, and most importantly, please do subscribe. Thank you to those of you who have and continue to stay with me. I absolutely love having you here, but I'd love to have more of you join me. And oh hello Alice, there's a massive percentage of you that watch and don't subscribe, but don't be shy, come on in. Oh, I've just had a whippet join me. Hello darling. You're not going to be able to see her because she's jingling, jangling and walking in and walking off, about to go and do her morning business. It's a beautiful day here, beautiful and sunny enough and warm enough, even though it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. I've got a sleeveless outfit on, which is fabulous. So now I appreciate you can't see this, but you know I'm going to stand up because hey, what's a video without me cutting my head off? So this is the Nova Jumpsuit, and I'm totally inspired by Liz, the baker that sews. If you haven't watched Liz's channel, please do check her out. She's a fabulous sewer and a far more regular YouTuber than me. In fact, when I started out my YouTube journey, Liz, the baker that sews, and lovely Michelle from the Sewing Bunny had just started their channels. They were about 3 or 4 months in, I think, maybe slightly more than that. And I reached out to both of them to ask their advice on how to start a channel, and both of them were just beautifully lovely to me. So thank you. So the Sewing Bunny and the baker that sews. I'm sure you all watch them anyway. But they're amazing, and Liz has made a lot of the Nova jumpsuits. I love Liz. Mwah. She's just a beautiful person. She's very generous with her thoughts, and we're all part of the Felicity Fabrics blogger group, which is amazing. We didn't know each other, completely coincidentally that I got in touch with them, and then we all ended up on the same blogger team, which is amazing. But Liz, one of the things I love about Liz is that when she gets a pattern that she loves, she makes lots of them. So she's got loads of Maya Sotis dresses, loads of Lyra dresses, and the other thing she's got loads of is loads of the Nova Jumpsuit. And that way, over the sort of period of time where you get to watch a YouTuber, you get to see what the Nova Jumpsuit looks like in lots of different fabrics, which is, I just love. And I eventually cracked, and I wanted to make the Nova Jumpsuit, and here it is. So the Nova Jumpsuit, who I've completely forgotten who it's by. I'm going to say the Friday Pattern Company, may or may not be right. I'll pop it across here. It is secret pyjamas all the way. So you've got this lovely open neckline. It's sleeveless. I'm going to stand up to show you. I will put the line drawing in or something in as well somewhere. You've got this lovely elasticated waist, obviously got pockets, and then I can't show you really the bottom of my trousers, but actually the pattern design itself is that you gather the leg, gather it in around the ankle. Now I've decided not to actually, and I'll put some footage here of me and the line photo and things, so you can see that. And obviously you can make it short or long. And I have had this fabric in my stash for a really long time. I think I probably got this from Stitch Fabrics. It was, do you know, I don't think it is still on the website, but if you haven't ever come across Stitch Fabrics, do, because they are such an array of fabrics, and generally speaking the prices are amazing. This was in the sale and it wouldn't have been any more than about £3 a metre, I don't think. So it's a jersey, and I keep looking at, if you keep thinking I'm looking down my shoulder here, because on my screen this looks like a really big block of blue, but it's just where the pattern placement is, because it's obviously a grid design. And when I put this on this morning, I realised, I think what I've done is it's just fully lined the top half, which is beautiful. It means it's really easy to finish and looks beautiful on the inside. But I've managed, you cut obviously therefore 2 of the fronts, 2 of the backs, and I've actually managed to put the facing on the outside and the proper bit on the inside. Unless I haven't got it on inside out. But that basically means I've got a seam down the centre here. For some reason they have you cut the facing. Now I'm wondering if I've got it on back to front. I don't think so, because it's slightly lower at the back than it is at the front. More detail than you need to know. So I reckon I've put the facing, yeah, I have. I've put the facing on the outside and the outside on the inside, because on the outside piece, yeah, there's no seam. For some reason they have you cut the facing on 2 pieces and the outside on the fold. I think, or maybe not, I don't know. I've made a mistake there somewhere, haven't I? But do you know what? I'm not worried about it. Or maybe I didn't have enough fabric. Who knows? I should have, you know what I should have done. You know. You're all proper sewers. You know exactly what's going on. But because of the pattern placement, I don't think you'd notice. So there is actually a seam here. In fact, I mean, wow, even Patrick and Esme would say that's pretty decent pattern matching. But I really love it. It's got this lovely channel here, so it's super comfortable. If I turn round, you can see there that the back is quite a lot lower. Now, if you're a regular viewer of mine, hello, thank you very much for being here. You'll know that that's not actually my favourite feature. So if I make this again, I have already adapted the pattern to increase the back line a little bit. I don't know, we all have bits of our body that we're not brilliant about, and I have this curve on my back which I just don't think is very attractive in my view, but obviously I need to have my back, so I just have to get on with it. This came together really quickly actually, and Liz always describes that it's a really quick make, because it is essentially, basically put the 2 bodices together, and then I guess I must have bagged them out and then understitched. I guess, do you know what, I can't remember, I only made it about a week or so ago. And then yes, so you've got a top and your bottom, and you put them in the right sides together inside each other, and then create a channel and then pop the elastic in. I will say that I did make a few fit adjustments to this. I made a straight size 14. Actually I made a 12 I think in this, because it had a bit of ease about it, so I didn't want it to be too loose fitting. But I found it came up quite big under the arms here, and also I needed to shorten the length of the shoulder straps, which was a shame actually, because the way they finished the shoulder seam is actually quite clever, and in the end I had to sort of cut it and then just stitch it, so I couldn't do it in the same way as they had done it. So, but I've managed to transfer those adjustments to the pattern pieces, which I never remember to do. So when I make another one, I will be able to make those adjustments as part of the cutting out. I really love it. And in the line drawing, which I'll put back up here again, you can see that I taper it into the cuff. Whereas this jersey, which I think is a John Caldor jersey, it's lovely and drapey, quite lightweight. And actually I really just prefer the wide leg finish, so I decided to not do that, and in fact I don't think I even hemmed. Yeah, you don't need to hem you don't need to hem trousers in jersey particularly, or ever in jersey, so I've left those loose and I just really like the look of it. In fact I think it's quite Bowden-esque, now that it's wide leg like that. I think it's quite yeah, I'm really pleased with it actually. I think it's stretched out a little bit on the shoulders here somewhere, so I keep fiddling with it, but because I had to take them up, some of that I was able to sort of disguise some of that, so that's really good. But I absolutely love it, totally recommend it, and can definitely see more of these in my life. It can definitely be styled with a t-shirt underneath. In fact, oh no, I haven't got a t-shirt with me, so I won't do that, but because of my dislike of the back line, and that's just personal preference, I actually don't mind it, but I would prefer to not have that, so I may well end up, and to extend the wear of this, I'll end up popping a white t-shirt on underneath. And I have actually got the white, here it is here, all the clothes falling on the floor now. This is the inside out, of course, the inside out Emma t-shirt that I made recently. You know, I keep talking about this top, so I think that would actually look quite cute underneath this actually. So I may well give that a go at some stage, because I don't have a what would look really nice is just a either a scoop neck or a crew neck white t-shirt, but I don't have one of those, and I can't see that I'd wear it very often, or maybe I would, but I've not had a desire to have one before now, so I think it'll be all right. So that's my first make that I made over this last couple of weeks that I want to share with you. Yeah, super comfy, definitely going to have a lot more of these in my life. Let me quickly get changed and I'll take you through the next one that I wanted to show you today. Back in a sec. Okay, so I've been redoing my hair. So this is the second one, and this is the Zoe. I've got a dog barking as I've got the door open to my summer house here, so I hope you can hear me okay. This is the Zoe dress and tank by Friday Pattern Company, I believe. Oh my god, everything seems to be the Friday Pattern Company in my head. I'm really sorry if I've got that wrong. I'll write it on here. And the sad thing about that statement is I just had to look it up. I just looked up the name of the pattern but forgot to look at the pattern company. So I'm really sorry about that. I'm going to put some footage here, but this is a really, I love the lines on this dress. So I'm going to stand up so you can see it. So you've got this beautiful V-neck here, so my necklace is skewy. You've got straps that I'll talk about in a minute in terms of how they're integrated. You've got a binding that is visible, sort of a half, you know, it's half in, half out, as in you sort of fold it across the top, which I really like, and that binding extends to all across the arms. It's really nicely fitted across the hips and waist, and then on the back, again, not my favourite feature, you've got that lovely curve. You can see that there, and on both the front and the back you've got a centre seam. So I'll sit back down, and then it's full length. I think I've taken some footage. If I haven't, I'll need to take it and pop it in, because I appreciate you can't see the full length of it there. And because you've got that centre seam down the front, it creates a really nice shape. If you're looking at that thinking, oh, I can just cut that on the fold, don't, because it actually really does have some lovely fit lines in it. Now I made this using a very drapey sort of polyester jersey from Night in Fabrics, which is a Facebook group over on a Facebook group over on Facebook, Cara. That would be the solution there. And this was I was going to make a jumpsuit actually, but when I saw the Zoe, I thought, no, do you know what, that fabric is going to be really good fun, and I really love the colours in this. And also the pattern placement was a bit of a nightmare because I didn't realise it was actually such a pattern repeat, if that makes sense. So I had to be quite careful about how I cut it out. I think I've done all right actually. The other thing I would say is caution or note to self. I think probably it's not the most flattering of ways of having the stripes, because it obviously accentuates all the bulges. And and it is that because of the nature of this fabric, it clings to everything, every bump and lump and things. So I need to be having a feeling thin day to wear this one, or not. I'm not. Sometimes I'm more conscious of those things than I am of others. But if you want to make this dress, my advice would be don't make it in such a slippery fabric, because this was quite hard to work with. And I'm really glad that I was aware of the stretchy interfacing. I know Andrea on the Beyond Door used to talk about that quite a lot last year. And so I actually interfaced the straps, and I think I interfaced the binding as well, and that just stopped it from curling and moving around, and was amazing. The binding, I really love the concept of that, and I've never done a jersey binding before. It is super neat. I'm really chuffed with how that came out, and I love how they made the straps. Do you know how normally on a dress or on a top more often you sort of do the facing, don't you? And then you do that thing where you poke the one side of the strap down into the facing, which can sometimes be a bit of a faff, or you do it inside out and then you pull it out through each other. On this, now I took some pictures and I hope they'll come out all right. You actually make the binding, and then the binding is you sort of lay the front and the back together I have mine on my ironing board, and then you integrate them into each other, which I just thought was brilliant. So you then end up, and there's two methods, and I can't remember what the two methods are, but I did the one that made it, I'm sure they called it continuous loop or something like that, but one of them made more sense to me than the other, and it just came together really well. I'm super pleased with how this came out. It's a lovely dress. This fabric, I was going to make a jumpsuit out of it, so I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with it. Am I 100% sure I'll wear this out? I'm not sure. I don't know why I'm saying that actually. I made it a couple of weeks ago, and then I haven't worn it, mostly because the weather hasn't been around to wear it. But it is quite close fitting. If I had made this dress, I'm just going to lean across it. If I'd made this dress in this fabric, I don't think I'd feel as conscious about it, because this is a jersey, sort of more like a cotton jersey kind of feel, and that would feel, I don't know, somehow more coverage. This fabric is very sheer. Well, actually, it is very sheer. You're not going to be able to see that. I don't want to flash you or anything. It is very sheer, it's very lightweight, very drapey, so yeah, I'm not sure, but we'll see. But I wanted to show it to you anyway, because it's something I've made, and I really like the pattern. It comes as there's three options on the pattern. So you've got the dress, which is obviously what I made, you've got the tank, and then you've got a cropped tank as well, which I think would be right up my daughter's street, definitely. It's a really cute design, and I think Lauren from Guthrie Carney made the cropped version to sit underneath her saguaro outfit, because that's actually a really good compromise, because it's so short it would sit within the crop of the saguaro top, which would be a nice idea. I think it accentuates my boobage quite a bit, I think. It's part of my body. I mean, what can you do? Maybe that's what I'm so conscious of, particularly because of the stripe. But I do really like it. Hopefully I've put some footage in by now. If I haven't, I'll pop that in now. And I just love the construction of it. So, and it's really nice that it's full length, like literally maxi length. I think I'm standing on my stairs in the footage, because typical, isn't it? You make a really summery dress, and then the English weather just decides to rain for days on end. But it's not raining today. I wish you could see it. I've got my washing on the line again, so it's really unglamorous. But it looks great. But that was it for me today. So a fairly short and sweet video. Just wanted to take you through a couple of my makes. I think I've got another week of me mades coming up for you in a couple of weeks' time, or maybe even next week. Not sure what order these are going to go out in. But I hope you're enjoying being with me on my sewing journey. Let me know what you're making up at the moment. I'd love to hear from you. And again, if you haven't followed me over on Instagram, please do, as I do really love to hear from you. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, please. I love to hear from you. I respond to every comment. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. Right, until next time, please stay safe and well, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye. bye.